Good morning.
Me pacho enra issue a beto dwa the interior minister are confirming say some of the tomato traders no mo call Burkina Faso no were attacked. Per this attack, per the information awukita and what we have seen so far, how do we curtail this attack, knowing very well say terrorism?
No, me say because Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali always characterized with terror attacks. Traders Nankasa, take your travel rates seriously. Start travel rate security assessment, and some taking it seriously. One way of doing it is to contact security consultants to do it for them. Mm-hmm. The other way is to deal with our embassies in those countries. Embassies need to be provided travel guidance and as a security escort. Mom. The third one is that they will have to deal with the heavy duty articulated drivers in many of those countries. Unfortunately, on this case, this is not the first time they encounter the terror groups. Previously, when they encountered them, Ghana card saved them because besides offering now some of Ghana. On this case, Baby Amokoya is about 235 kilometers from Ouagadougou, Titao. And Titao is closer to the headquarters of the terror groups. And market, indiscriminately, and they were killing everybody. So when you are a man, they kill you and leave the women. And that is exactly what happened to us. And it's unfortunate. Those days when they encountered them, they stopped using Boko and they were using Paga. Omunya problem from Paga and almost switch it to Yendi. And I am of the view that let's establish a centralized market at Boga or Tamale and make sure the heavy duty trucks bring the tomatoes and the onions to those centralized places. Now, your pack of power, the travel rates will be minimized to negligible levels. Then again, we can also let farmers at Tamale or Boga plant the tomato seeds and the onion seeds from Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali because some of them are different from here and a bit more quality. That's why our mothers and aunties will reach their life going there.
Now, as part of our recommendation, what they buy, also, let us empower the Ghanaian to be able to plant the tomatoes and in the onions, then you don't need to, go to Burkina Faso to go and bring all these things. But people are also with the view, say, can we have a situation where, say, these are Ghanaians, the embassy there will be able to provide.
They haven't spoken to the embassy. That's why I said that the security risks can be done from three things. Either we individuals with the techniques to do it for them, or speak to the embassy staff, let them do it for you, or use the articulated drivers there who are Burkina base. Area to me catch you say yet me call Tuesday, you better call Thursday, yet me call Thursday, you better call Monday, yet me call Monday, you better call Saturday. They are all part of the travel rates. Unfortunately, Ghanaians don't take our embassy seriously. But anytime you travel across the globe, the best place you can go is the embassy. And unfortunately, and that is why the security risk called them up unexpectedly.
But have we confirmed whether or not
Oh no, the men were killed. The Ghanaian men were killed, and they left the women, the drivers, and the loading boys. So they were interested in killing the men and leaving the women, and that's what happened.
Oh, okay. And what would be the quick advice, ABR, because of most of
take your travel security risk seriously. Mention it with invoice because one mama can for 7 times. Take your travel risk seriously when you are going to a high risk zone because travel security risk assessment, we do it for white people, black people, yellow people, green people, particularly even within Ghana. When you are traveling into high risk zones, we tell you what to do, where the crime, the nature of the crime, how to travel and all that. If you don't have security consultants to do it for you, please use our embassies. They will provide travel guidance for you. Okay. Or use the unionized truck drivers.
Okay.
Don't play smart. Use them because they are from the place and they know the terrain. If you don't use them, you will run into the hands of these criminals who might not have mercy on you at sometimes.
The reason question I maybe saw that question is that most of them are quote in quote, not that educated.
Meanwhile, all my business way for 100 years. So, you're not business. Saturday, no, you're known. Because this is not the first time they are going there. They have encountered terrorists before. And the time they encounter them, you be some Ghanaians, some shy dinner, na moko. We no more buy no na you indiscriminate. And no man time I say, why any Ghanaian who is not a Ghanaian?
Okay.
So when you want to go into business, let's learn the basics. One way of doing this is to engage our embassy, who provide this advice freely, and you'll be fine.
So if me who or baby or person or yena say or person bow for that traveling guidance, can I?
Once they enter Burkina Faso, let them go to the embassy. The embassy have the full detail. Yeah, the my embassy for no. And I say guys no more grounds on them. Now I catch them say, yeah, mommy, and I say, yeah, me about I say, who do we never call and call her. Yeah, call Tuesday, never call Wednesday. Oh, yeah, yes, I need me boy. But don't go deep down because some go about 235 kilometers, which is deep down the north there, which is a bit too closer to the headquarters of the terror groups. It's unfortunate.
Okay. Ejakumado mami na wase na no pay. Richard Kumado, a fraud prevention expert and a security consultant, and I would say no AD and Komono. And what can a member now or muko yeno. Loading boys, and the truck drivers, our McCoy, don't say sometimes wrong. Some crofo in a memory in a young and a man won a jail. There are times that you hear of the story, a man who crana ye jaw mukrana is a muna trobini and the adena bemunia de adea. But when you see a mutisi a jumho, not as a we a bema bia ni who dear. Na kitim keja na afe ayawodi ama ona afe wodeko ena ma mema omukoye omu nyina atumi ahwere omu nkwa ewumu ema ne de ye gya omu nti ebi a track na omu de kɔ hɔ no se ba ne new drive ya no betumi atwidi aba nya sa de na nkaka hɔ ne ade ade nti eno soso no ena ekoma sa de we ba ye the ministry na confirm say this is what is happening and this is what has happened. So yenina yena ya ho so next time we tu kwan akobi krom kodu wa ye say Ghana embassy here wo ho no di kan ko ho na afi union ko di nkomo so mi kwa kokoto ntos mi kwa but the question no kura ne say why are we not succeeding na Burkina Faso dua na yenim say yena ye penito no jene sidling no modua na ye penito no. Why are we not empowering people within the north? So betumi aye five ne aye ne kase na yesu yetumi aton wa ha chance ye be ko enti enye ye ni wo si ye be wo asase yantam da north ni atra north wo ko Burkina ko tontos eni jenne si ye ba beton wa ha enye ye ni wo asoman enye ye ni wo ana. Because when me dwin one in tears here, as on my enye any woo. As on my enye any woo I told maybe now we're doing one way bizarre who said, and Ghana memo yenina ye koba like yenina ye koba sa nesa asase no asase wo enti normal dudu jene dudu a wudi no Ghana han ka se mko fa Afri Burkina na deba eno na ma ne bi ko akofa ebiaba na ya ba beton ama wadi a ene yi fofia nto ata mema edi omko yenyina no yetumi atwetu ti abofre de asi omuso abubo omu nyine ku omu no. It is a sad story as of mine. I was ready to toss mienu. And I know weekend year between me. Saturday, you see, I did Valentine. Crofo at in time, yeah. And I teach a man, Tinho. A cocoa band say, your friend saying, Kaya efa fuwali eko na akwanhyia wakɔkɔ ehwe ase na ohwe ase wie no fuwa na eba no yenua ma ne yenua memma no mu atam bucket gallon nkyɛnse 55 and 34 bucket edi kwakɔ safuwa no edi efiri fom ho yen sɛ petrol enam fom di na yenua no mu adeɛ na te fom no hwɛ krachi fuwa na edwade no ntina tade nyinaa fuwa na edwade no wei esi pen hwɛ bema rastani na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo de fom kura no de egu fom kura de fom tase hwɛ ɔde gallon because of the obedi hwɛ mami kyerɛ sɛ odwe Ghana fo waa wonti aseɛ odwe Ghana ni ho a wonti aseɛ sɛ yɛ sɛ bie buru sɛ yɛ damo sɛ yɛ ohia o sɛ yɛ kɔmo odwe ho wonti aseɛ fuel tank abofom petrol wom yensuro obi atan drum hwɛ kyɛ wa hwia kyɛ sɛ obi epefu ne tefu no we say odi kwakoko si fia kwakoton eja betom wo fie wa manasa sie kuno onsua nyansa wonsua nyansa ana nye fofia nto ata ne yedwade abamu akoa bi ko ye onu hwɛ nti wotase wo atweade no te sɛ akoa ba akokɔ ye ho sɛ ade na gifom ɛwɔ fom ɔde 34 bucket ɛna ɔde kokɔtwe nti ɔde twi fom sa so ɔde safom ɛna ti gya ne wom ati gya ne wom te sɛ bus ba ku bi eko ehye ne se adwiri be ka se mfa adwiri be nka asem a ehye ne adwiri be nipa miensa na fa mu hwero mu nkwa te se adwiri be bus ni adwiri be na so ye nua no mu Ghana fo ye o de o se o ko kan bia obi be ka se na da je na o de wonnim de na menim de asie wa fa hwera hwere ne nkwa we anka tam na mu nyina ekoto wona nka je boma kamu nyina condemn to grebu weyesi edi kan si da ma ye kan ho nsam a gene ni amfa nto ne ho fufura sesi we a ye kan ti bonko so fo mfa nto mu fu da opa ma fufuro nsan ko hwe ase o mbesa akwa ye biom eyewitness ahudu a na ewo ho Derek oye krado a omo wo ho de omu hu no ye Krachi ba kurunkura de o kasa kura no na o se fuel ba ku gallon ba ku o se company na ba na be sama no e be sa no he na ma o nso de o twen free care no en then why you ready eyewitness the omo kan ye no na afa ye nkoso nti om na yentie di omoka no omoni
anokwa tamen
adeni si ya ma machine 330 ana me bra friend say adeni today si mo pan 330 me bra was si ya ma me so me ko ejuma nti me soli na me tu me car ana me buy nti me buy ana me bedu na me hu se no se dia ade ye petrol yi dia nti me ko back me car no me bra ho awufi nti me begina akwan no ana me hu se nkrofo eye den safu that time na nkrofo esa no me be 5 nti me call driver no na tanker driver ni tina ho wa food ni nsa na me ka chene se dia cars ni twemu satam no so e cars akese nkwan so nko gina top na nka cars ni na use finance 1 week na ha na ndaho di nti before fire service for ni police for be ba no omo betumi aba be so ano e jalinto e no no si bio when fi me bio ntimi hu ni so kuta ni phone o miemi a o ye den offer police still no offer police offer fire nti ne hu ni se nkrofo no sade no mo sade na che omo san still na afianse na amanfo o ye den eba
amanfo no mo do so pa
Yes, now for na eba na ebi si wo car mo ebi park wo mo car na wo aba.
Na mo pa ko mo nya gallon ni free answer be sanfo.
Yes, obi wo wa on kuta gallon but on for 1 or 2 days na mo start no mo person mo to free on mo street. Wow. Nti eba e man crofo no be gina ho bebre. Nti tam na mo ba e na ye bebre no. E na satam no so na e kwa kobo be say 4:20 to 4:30. Nti satam na me hu say ti dia cars na ba no. I say after the private cars no so start here then eba. Nti ho no me hu Nissan pickup America no odi no. E na yen stop no say hey dey see. Nti before no hu car na here so obebo break no. Obo break no wa pen. Nti satam na fuel no so afa car kwan no. So obo break na page a. The page an ya meti wa ni say boom. Satam na me dwane na me ko gina kwan na chi. Nti said the incidents this year no mo dwane pue a e kana sisi o mo ne de. No mo do so but no bia pe be bia obefa no ho be den. E be to no. Nti e ho na me hu ma me ne mma no but akola no ba ko de na ye hu no. Nti ma me ne mma ne de o mo no mo sisi ama me kra me sa ko mo ntoma o me bra ho. Nti e ho na me sa nti tam fire service for no ambulance for no be ba no. No mo ye wow na sa tam na kwa ko 5 o'clock. Ansa na ambulance no kra ba. Nti ambulance no ba ye na ye ko ho na ye ko ye den. Ye ko fa ran ba ko no bush na ye be to kan. Sa tam no mo apeki pick.
The person.
Eric Susu.
Eric Susu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Susu. Grateful.
Isaac Ofosu.
I don't see it. I don't know.
Yeah, me fi teacher man tia meba. Me be ade one sound. Me call night. Enti me do na me say petrol tanker header form. Enti me park here. Enti me check the friends and fire service. Almost say one car na say. Said I watch me travel 3 years as me gusu ni enka. But any me enti a yeti o manim. Na fire service a bibi ba one wo so anoma no my what's the car na say enti suhun fu na efre wom. From suhun so ba ne mu wa. Enti wo ba no na ne ebesi no esias na won so wo besu ano. Enti sanka fire service timi bedu ntem dia anka nipa na yi wo mo ka ni mu anka won hye anka bi ebetimi anya wo mo nkwa dia ma wo.
That time now, Obedu and an attack in that form. Would you have a jacket and answer saying?
There me don't know jantum but I mean say petrol no if you are on highway ni and I'm for sasa as me mom catch them say no when they dangerous but omo ntie me intimate me ma gab enti na fire service na medu ana ujani tom no my ujani tom as na suhon fo
Boys don't was send out
boys okita motos for ana oba tan ne ba ono de me kan ya wentie bet oba second one no obeshi ujano obia for afi na wo say wo dwane wo save one life but package
boys not form. Any Obatan
in the other hospitals is a billion so for Libya. A billion so some government hospital. But kind of phone in there, how much cry, and the Mia Casam Mikani you. I don't come much. Driver on and I'm around, but later no up to now I'm not saying insane year. But VIP dear Namiadum on no as or converse, Ubianshi in the glasses near Papa and passengers in the perfume. In the VIP near Ubianshi and Ubianshi. Now we near a happy highway, but men I'm from the tribe on best or best of one, but I don't see a dangerous place for at times I'm Robert Sahariwa and Tiokas Onina a bedding. And the drivers need to be informed for now. Pick up no. Only I late in the break no buena. And I had the problem by. In the only day pick up driver and the Yamiadomo on who can ask Droby.
Obet me a canny, Padoto send us Cecilia so for my
friend. Cecilia dear, me many information too, but train the made me in the Nipa 5 now. Miss Madasi. Isaac Ofosu.
Enti eno no ye nuanu mu a woni ehunu bie krachi na okasa last ekura okasa na gallon ba ku sini nje ono so asa esi ne huma nyame na di ne hu afofie so ono agya ne bia nka no nyesa nka no so nka okọ because okasa nyina no kufo gallon ba ku sini ncha wa bọ no be wa bọ ne be yenhwe yi mesi ade we Ghana ni fuel tanker abofum wo kwa sa nje fuel na wasa no ode begu ni motom okoton ma car bi because who drum akasi na man just say e man no kwa na ye omo hu kura ye me wan just say me hu say komu say de ni bre nso agi bumi na obo hu say nipa da say nipa hyepa no ada ono anwen nse onso nam brem no de wi nanso wenye obi na kumantwi bosi aku na pe na wie wuo no de ne ti akogi akyerema anya dia eye papa yenya maninsi ho ne yenyina yenhwe ne yehunu ne yemfa bi nto yehofo because it is very 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 important si yenyina yebehunu next time where am I came in say mumfa but we am menka say se tanka bi abofomu a enkonko gina hu say ube sa hu kresin ana hu petro ejabetu makun ase wakun Ghana fo na nipa ni bia ye hu so omo de ohia dua no ne fie ne dua no wankonko sasa petro na wonidi no mubehwe ni yi mubehwe ni yi ayo na ebushia Cocoa story ni ye dia over the weekends ye hunu se na miracles no mu ni na mefuo mu ni ade ene wona asebio cocoa farmers ni bi edididi nkomo ewo efuo no mu na me hunu de edi omuko efuo no mu recently yet say ayade a woni epese demonstration bi ekoso I don't know say eno ho sensitization ena woni eye anase edi empote ena mo ye enti ebenya miracles na afa ye ni na di nkomo issues relating to cocoa farmers yenim say ban aba bonti say cocoa farmers o market ya no kra no anase suka odi to cocoa na nkasa yate so enti ama cocoa farmers ni bi no twadwadwo big time enti adwadwo mu twai enye small cocoa farmers ni bi edi nkomo cocoa farmers ni bi akasa in fact obi oho a I understand their plight because cocoa from that won't tears here ahoma che sorry nanso abanso betirem ni enti a wate cocoa no so nanso cocoa kwieni ni de obi eni wa ye krom a ye tina ketua so ye ne de enti cocoa kwieni no memete na se bare cocoa kwiafo ni bia kasa de require ready yenti e maame no ye papa no ye nua no mu cocoa kwiafo some of their sentiments almost share cocoa kwiafo ni
ne so
kwanya jomama ne nkofo de nam so no amama ye hu se kwiafo ye so ni mfaso se ka mo dwene ye ho a enka de omo ye omo nye se nanado adaroma oba wa bo kwiafo pa hwe nesa wa ya amaye de adua hwe kwanya wo de kwiafo afaso wo twa ye kokokura ya de asimo wo twa no wo twa wi a omo kwiasi ni sika one ka bi oma 10 million nti o twa kokoko gu a o twa ka na wasan madwumayefo be ye kokoko no mo adwuma man adua bode na bode no wi a aban fa ndc for adadafo John mama ene ne nkrofo o me adadafo me yo hin na mtina me kasai ma ye kokofo me konfi aduenu me pesa me ma John Mama ning call for ntia say kwan am de akuafo fa so yes akwan na so am de fa so de na do abeya man no so omuntimi entoa so a omman si ho if say brand na do man 31 million no na koko no na 13 million on na do no na betu ndi ko 13 million na 4.5 or so na bibisa and am obetu ndi ko 13 million and na da ro ma ohunu say akuafo ye bre and this for abeji o man abeda adayen so omo di koko 60 million 65 million ama one omo di omo nim NDC for me dey minimum NDC for say omo ya trofo omo ye bi pen abi bia on ba koko akuafo mo bebu ye kwase a enti me dey imagine yem say the omo ye emwa but nipa no bi wo no mo dwum wa na John Mama nin ko fa ba bedada no omo abana hwe ye 31 million na do de mai kwa no and ya teso omo si adwen no sabi o kakra bia na irafia de omo di Ghana for nyina atem ka de ompe de ache omo akwasan ba bio Ghana for akoboto amom na de em yan say ya akuafo no me sem mo ya ma adwen na ho ya ma ya adwen mu na ho pa and na da ndozo say Ghana akuafo no eniema bebre wo hono a ya komo a me ka se mo ebedi be se busu mienu komensa wan hwe a nipa be wo Ghana haranya de ketwa akuafo na mo ka se 1 million anya 1 million no anya akuafo nyina na don fa amadua ka jo se akuafo a e o komo no ye ka ko be se be 50,000 ya bro na o fro so hanuma me de o fro plantation hanuma ye konkodru kwa no obehunu enzi ya de kan say John Mama wani randi abe say omo voice kama ya omo resign ye ntimi omo nya adwuma ade omo ye na enye John Mama nin krofo say on timi nin krofo nin kasa omo resign na akuafo ye hunto en de omo ye na mo ye kra you
o mampani mama media nya sere na mesere wo na me ka kire wo say akuafo wa ha no wo ya me ya ware agu wo ya me kwom so aye de ben akuyen wo ya ma wo mo afi no wo bia kokko no so agya kokko dua asekira ne se sikada da na wo no mo no wo ka se wo betumu manabro so santi na manfo to ma wo akuafo onmanimfo e begina se wo bu akuafo a to aba edodo a na yekwani mu pa adada nti wo si gas man so sika eje no akufo adofa gu ni botom wo ne mpanimfo wo ba ya de odbama want me amfa amayen akufo ado epen so covid time ne MP4 ne MC4 ne ade oti obi akatua so ana ode boa wo man no wo wudi ide wo nkrofo akatua kura no ya watum 67 million ya omoje okuani no ya wati wura mu dua kokko ama wo kari mumu de mo ka keze mo ati okuani sika so me ka kire mama say ya bu afu ani ane na kasa no edu so pa ofie nkoto ba bia ne ya dadada na sa anya sa de a ntasu kokko no ya hyeda ana ne ya tifita ya won ntasu kokko wo yanum ya bati ne ya de akire mama
sesi ya mi gina hai me hwe school me hwe level 300 me hwe nursery training tepa mintumani me di bachelor se me hwe tepa what school fees what me go si me dan ana me tia sika no me sanu ala wanti sikoko no so wanti ekoya school fees no so e ma me ne metimi ahwe me ma no me ko hospital me yare enye insurance de enti boso mi bia me ban 5 million na makotia me se ya wati koko ezui me den me 5 million no na me na go hospital mo se ma mbese me busa John Mama eni me srano ala onya ni ye ma me srano me pani chao me srano me pani chao school fees ninti me pani chao si e be bia school na ye nyeska me ma nko me buy or what I pay. What first your coin, walk when me scam and koi. This time now coin, 1 year and Taman Conti. 1 quarter was there you. Ya quiet fear, and now man no timu, no afakai, a diaba. So say what the school fees is so. Man, then I mean, what to go so? Well, say what to go so school fees in a SWAT team, what to so a boarding, level 300 for Sika Chiana Fino. And yes, I'm a kid, and yes, I'm a kid on the Miguel and Ganizano, and yes, I'm a kid to our grandmama. Me bout so Miss Row, Miss Ramadin address or Miss Rawala, Miss Row, Titania Masumami. School fees no say won't take what you call no so dear. School fees no, Miss Rawala, Tisumami.
Na afi BM no. Okwe.
And Rami kwa fomu a bombing non safety. Banku, Borba, cramming to me, the general commandant. And penning for say, so when you be Biamoasia, Yenya monocrono. Adia Mahama yen, ya. Minti bim penning some da mimi who said Busia Walkro, Menyakola. Womo Kakasa Dachre, Nayan Quala, she had the Yama Menomania Papa Nuachi. Ama, and politics, aye, Amamu, and the mood this one for so, Yammer Wadi, or soon I assume, and Mahama, Yadinyami deeper chow. Median Kamacha war, Nanso Pesamana no baba ye, and Timmy Yasrano, Nisada Misayam. 1 year bibi my 1 year bibi my Nasa Mahama, what the Sikani Jananka. What the Sikai, Jananka, as we are Santa for Yananka, and yet the Sikai Abe Jananka. Yet I am pet neutron and pen and noir. Nana Kufuado. Sika wo twato so ma akuafo no onfa ya de mayen na krono no wanye bibia mayen wo ma krono no ensi ho na ofie sika mayen na yanso yatumi ahia nananom amomo so benye dibia no a wono so wanye bia no wo bia ni ho aya wo no no ye president ye ahwepa ene kasada ene afutupa ene anyamsoma wo de betete wo ba no ene etimi ekosoro enti yasra no wo ofie sika mayen na ya nananom no Yentumi amaboso eni wo mo achi wo muntumi be ya bibi e wo Ghana yesra no me de me nka ne kase ya pa ne chew yesra no wo ma bibi a mrafam wo fie sika dada e maye yempeni sika no won
bida nanso aboso me miensa atwam yi ama yehu se enokre se piayo titiru koko ene kura Ghana nya ye nyina enum ne se ye tun kra de kwa koma John Mahama Omampani se Randy Abi wadna be CEO e okoko board no abusuafo se ontimi nyadma onyini mfiri ho ye de yanim se Randy Abi de e bas sports ball bo e dia emu na nkoye ade na se obabere kokko so de lalai yemika nyina ne se NDC ne John Mahama yesramu munyi Randy Abi mfiri ho na mama obia owonim die e wokuayo mu obia onim ensanso nim nkrampan obia onim akate eni kokwa asuru no ofam na medi djuma no wetime di ye Randy Abi de yenim se sabi monimu a enkrani senso se kodo obia o senso fishes baby eni beka se onkonkwo hwe no mompompa mo homa senso onkonkwo na kodo no mo hunu se de besi atwe na yi na mo a eno so ankeye John Mahama
Abusia, these are some of the voices of the farmers who are Omodian Komo, expressing their sentiments so far as the reduction of cocoa prices are concerned. But quickly, Dennis Miracles Abuaje and Kodi and Komo over the weekend, you said now on farmers, no, ebi we form ni Omodian Komo within the eastern region. Yimbi said, what was the mission? Dennis, morning.
That's it. Good morning, William.
Nyamia do na wonso e.
I don't know doing William. Sure.
Minim we na minim se wo kokko efu krada. Enra Saturday no ene nra me hu se na wo kokko farm na wo ne kokko farmers ni bi no edi nkomo. What is the motive am I would call farms ahodo nim?
Oh, that's it. Me kokko efu me wo be 80 acres kra wo Jabo. Wo community there friend no Mfrano echi.
Okay.
Na yesu no constituency.
Oh, okay.
Yesu nyina nti koko de minimum adwuma pa. But I mean fundamentally no when me be adwin say any people's forum platform here e create here aka be 4 months ni aka koko kuafo ebra obi akra ntimi o ma se monke bi mo nti the embrace here and say yeah follow up because say ya na yekofa bae initially cry the koko nsemi bae cry na nka bae ya kata so to the extent say a bike can be brave fire ho na you say it was part of their strategy to shut down the conversation and then we persisted and I feel there omode ahoya ekoye say emergency cabinet nti emergency cabinet no outcome ne say kokokua for no mo beti omusika no so and that benizida hu be hia say ye be omode akọ akoti ekuafo na bisa obsanya bia abai 4 months na monti omonka na fedi abai akasa na de okan no mogene sei eno na ndre ma yekopie mu wo adomfe waji bompata side ho wo asante achim south ye ne koko farmers kudi nkobo yeti o mo se de abai aka no mo fa ne sei mogene sei de o mo kan ni bi da che wa ba with it no pay.
Now, you really say the omu kan you know abo tie for nyina ate but sisenia wo kan you went to get a feedback say the aban kan no omu gene saying recently even with the minority press conference you know omu ka say omu tete say farmers ne be person omu call demonstration and if the farmers are going on demonstration the minority will support them. Okoya oni omukodi nkomo de etiti ni de abobo no. Do they sound like they wanted to go on demonstration? Having known very well say Aban has communicated a decision say so almost by 1,000 plus. Oh Dennis.
Okay, the credit say farmers now rejected Aban proposal.
Okay.
I'm rejected. Basically, what they are saying is that they cannot be responsible for buying inefficiencies, and they believe strongly that situation a woman are buying inefficiencies. This buying mistake back here, and he said he kept referring to Kokobo debt as one of the reasons.
Yes.
And the cocoa farmers
and
the cocoa farmers are saying say yeah cocoa board na yeah manage it. Abai wo na wo manage it. Say wo say cocoa board kaka huntina. Uti esika so dey empene. Wo wasam. Enti omo rejected. So I am aware say in most cocoa communities no obo mobilize your to protest against the government. Anya dia omaya just on beji atum. My more quick example. Oko Western North say omo track my police that and on my own announcement, I'm a matter. In fact, I've even seen a copy of their flyer. Wiki Omoye demonstration. I was furious. I'm aware said there are about 3 or 4 other cocoa communities in the central region are almost Omoye demonstration this week. And it's going to continue across the country. Because media me cocoa farmers in the Mebe Omopa. It's Martin Semri Bebre. The cost, the haircut now, I bind their momono. You're so huge, say, Eddie some big manaka. Memo example. Would him say, cocoa farm beer elusu almost about 5,100 Ghana cedis compared to previous price now on an acre of farm. 1 acre beer. Say, Ojibo instead of previous Ebona, Olusube 5,100. It's a cocoa farmer over 100 acres now. Olusu about 513,000, 5.1 billion old cedis, 513,000 Ghana cedis, and 500,000. And this car Olusu. So I say or just a boy for free at tomorrow. And you can imagine say a bed this will be big as Kakasi when I say the German. And this is even when you use 3,100, not even the 3,600. Ebium cocoa farmers no cost of maintaining the cocoa farm no a cost. In fact, the year analysis no, you cocoa farmers are year no 2024 a cost about 10,000, 10,250 to maintain 1 acre of cocoa farm. But then you know, it cost about 12,650 to maintain the same 1 acre of cocoa farm. And so now, I say, ye buono a car ye bo, a ye cocoa for no coso. But Sikana, as I see in your film, no, about Babetis. Apart from laborers, cocoa farmers use who of farms in Mono. They pay 50 cities, 60 cities. They pay Jaco 120, 150. Including in a Pijako show. In the head, Tinse cocoa farmer. Obedia to me say Tennessee Castle. It's a protest there. I am very much aware say across the country, you know, it is coming up and it's coming up really, really fast and more. And that is something that we need to get the government to be mindful of.
The explanation of government relative to debts and the contractual obligations are under your government, the explanation nobody man, do you think that explanation to be something and not existing or move 2 years for which reason we are going through what we are going through?
What we have tried to do is to resist the temptation by the NDC government to make this cocoa matter MPP and NDC. Because the MPP and NDC cocoa farmers in a bebre. Otherwise, so what cocoa board when the cocoa board debt by that's it. Let me tell you something and put it on record. MPP bar Bemu 2017, cocoa board the car na NDC for a ball at home. 19 billion cedis. But what did he?
19 billion new Ghanaian cedis.
19 billion new Ghanaian cedis. And they call me battle. Since you almost say I away 32 billion. It's here, but 19 billion. I said 19 billion also. No. Any because in Simuda home, you what? Since you only in a account and any. It's MPP so Abobia account. It is a year, but 19 billion a car. They were 32 billion. What should be between MPP and this? One can contribute more to the economy. 19 and 32. Secondly, cocoa board car has never been the reason why cocoa Fosika Akim. Never in the history of this country. Ghana, you did cocoa job 136 years new. For the 136 years that Ghana had the cocoa journal, we have never for once had a situation where you say cocoa board the county, you take cocoa Fosika. Never, it has never happened. And the reason not is simple. The reason then they say, we can't cocoa for the can answer what we the HBS or the ABR. Yeah, about BEMU, MPP bar BEMU 2017. Not a buying NDC, a buying and wants no. Syndicated loan $1.8 billion from Mukojin in 2016, so on the Tokukono. No more defending in in fact, between December 7, 2016 and Tuaba, up to 30th December, Omufia Bem, no more $400 million cash. Oma Fedis. It's time on another done quick for the basic office in 2017. Nasa Ekam. And the why is a weird Obuchia. Unfortunately, some ready more so that international price of cocoa a coffee. It's so say. Enti Sega, a for the DMPP, I buy to say NDC, I buy we are. Sega, some ready on make and say international price in the coffee, dear. And yeah, say 475 cities now, I bet 2 years. But guess what? The government then did not reduce it. The government rather maintained the 475 Ghana cedis. It maintained the 475 Ghana cedis. Why do you think, say, Akufo-Addo Abino would have been able to do that? Especially when the syndicated loan $1.8 billion from GNO. We managed to do that because the government then had to go and borrow to be able to do that. If you go and borrow, what does it mean? And debt. It is a better 19 billion. Now, I said still I'm talking. I said the same maintaining price from Forbes, even though price no akọ FMA. Now me ko Bob say be kan wa. Say you na be debt. But throughout the 8 years of Akufo-Addo, did you ever hear say Akufo-Addo buy any cocoa board a car? Any excuse and a reason why they cannot give increase to cocoa farmers? In fact, Akufo-Addo buying by the time Omufi Abemu 2024, they were paid a cocoa price from 475 Ghana cedis to 3,100. Calculated difference in a here. 475 cedis to 3,100. Not once did the Akufo-Addo government complain about cocoa board debt, because at the time we didn't have cocoa board the Kadaho period. We in the Akufo-Addo period in na cocoa board the Kadaho. But not once did you hear Akufo-Addo say cocoa board the country. Yeah, take cocoa for sikaso. Enti, sounds somebody there. What you say in this for a car? Mumbo bonamo fanto bolem.
Enti say, and if it is not the death, from where you sit, information is available to you. What do you think would be the reasoning here? Yeah, but cocoa prices no so.
A poor trading decision. A dried yidi. Ukra cocoa over ton. They are onia cocoa na ton so ewo. Emre bia wo be to cocoa no. And then the boa edaho because cocoa boa no enyina faako. Yidi aro ayese kantabanto atare tono. That is what you say. O ko kantabanto the same jeans which went on 2 cedi. Ebi ameko ebe to 10 cedi. Obefo for kwa ebe to 20 cedis. So say kantabanto sa na city. Yidi ano. Enti cocoa price no. Eye e boa na ye je fia man say dwaso na ye hwe. E de chechire boa no e makuafo. So what happened? They say cocoa price normally number 1,000 since 2,000, now up to 3,000. But somewhere 2024 or 2025, no, a one pejaye. In 2025, see a pejaye kwaya 11,000. It do be because number 13,000. It's the anan can say cocoa body here. They say some ton cocoa no sambre. It's what ton sambre there. I can be nyam faso boom. Nti nkede yi anka ebo no so atero enka enye ohwe because what on cocoa dada cocoa body mbrebo so no obetumi aton cocoa no 24 months ahead of time but you so tidi sabe do ka say dey obetumi aton the whole of 2027 cocoa obetumi aton aka ho in fact obi odi abetumi aton 2028 dey akra so ayede aka ho nti one ton is our time no mo se mo twen na bode peja kakra ka ho ansamato e na mo tena ho ne ko fere se mo ne suitable na bode TFI sa 11,000 ho aba mene abedu 3,600 koko na nka se sa oton ne kura won ton ye e bo no so ade ba koko ekuya for the 3,100 na se wo soro koko no so bode so atia ba 3,600 sisi ya no oton koko da sika obenya no entumi ntua sa 3,100 kura mekuya for no. It's aka won say about so and no na problem no and then the cause of the whole conversation we are having and the main cause bibia nka ho bio.
Okay, meaning say the argument of a rollover contract which was here to cocoa beans no and here the cocoa tree no doesn't even suffice at all.
Rollover contract I don't catch you. Rollover contract you know say ye ton cocoa ye ji cocoa ebia yelu obi sign cocoa contract say ye be man 600,000 bucks ela emre so ye need to be man 500,000 nti de nipa ne be ya de say 100,000 e kai no afefo for that wo de am ayede ashimama no.
Yes,
ye ba be 2017 ye benya ye be to roll over 190,000
tons.
That's what they say tons and ye be to ya na ndisi be ja to amanyo what you say ye ka say roll over nti you better cocoa for cigasso. You see, that's why I keep telling you, say if we decide to make this conversation MPP this year, a bad time cry. And that's why I don't want us to go there. Because rollover should not be the reason why we will be cigasso.
Because answer now we settle on 3,600 price now. Okay, so remember cocoa for no. Not ejina, I would ejina. Sometimes now we set 3,600. The question is that in a swap bank in our shares are 36. But what else?
Yes.
So if you knew about rollover and you knew about debt and you knew about all these things there, you couldn't have gone ahead to give that increment of 3,600. You couldn't have done it. Because you would have been aware, say there's a certain rollover that you have to fulfill. And see, once you fulfilled, in spite of the rollover contract in a war, still out to me, I could do at the idea of 3,600 there. Nature says, you are aware, say the rollover will not be a problem for you. Okay. In the process in our whole chain, and after you enter my two, at the end of say, a can of swat say, or brand new in the
prices, no swat.
Yes, or brand new in the. And that's why I keep telling you, say your price and swat say, or brand new in the. Second rollover also, Castle and commit me out on Boko.
That is so. That is so.
So why then do you want to use the rollover as an excuse? And then I see rollover. We're now check increase of 3,600. You knew there was a rollover, but say you give 3,600. Because you know that the rollover cannot be the reason why you cannot supply the cocoa.
Miraculous, because of your time, I mean, Mr. said demonstration in Ebekoswa is the minority and is the MPP going to support the farmers on this demonstration?
We are going to support what?
Are you going to support the farmers on this demonstration? Say, and there is a farmers demonstration. Our party members, would join them on the street to demonstrate.
Yeah, dear. Farmers and Katakra doors, and see, they may not need us to join them. But yeah, dear, between I have one say, yes, yeah, they are number 2 my day. I'm more. Farmers and the only Ghana have their following one, you want to pass okay, crowd, and they 1 million. And only you pay 1 million. If farmers in your bank are some problem, members that.
Okay.
Let me. Yeah, you know, your boy bit with their mom and say, yeah, number 2. Nama, yeah, a casa, and why you do. So I just said, that's all. That's all. And that's exactly what we are going to do to support them.
Okay. Dennis, my man was an anope, and I feel, meant to be Western of Zoom coding, come on, a demonstration that Bena. On Bashasi and I feel you need it to me as a pass on Yanda. Miracles Abuaji. In fact, Bono said, men can't just Uchia. Or but Senior Medi can catch on. In fact, what TT voices are who from the cocoa farmers and Bakua me, it breaks my heart so much. The old woman walk say no why ye utria school fees your friends a tertiary nursing training and nursing training school fees in ya pegem na sika wodi o ton ko nya de tria sa school fees no ade a yate so nti ebema wonya a bit of deficit was say wotumi epesika edi kokotua. Very, very pathetic. Metie a woman, I was apart. Yes, all of them have their own sentiment, but I think the woman spoke some words. It touched my heart so much because say they were training quite out school. Na say sika wokuchi di tio school fees no. Your 2 school fees no na sika na eduma waye no ye tina ketua so a. It tells you say I find it difficult part to take care of in Kwada or more school. And for me, it is. I was say I buy to me. Now the I was on my phone or money phone quick. Because and papa, sincerely, if you ask me, it is not a good way. Where I buy and cause I buy to me pinch and cocoa for. And I wonder the reason frontier. We are doing the communication in Accra and we are not going to the cocoa farmers. If there is an explanation we need to give to somebody, it should be the cocoa farmers. and I was say any omuye sa kasache no but quickly mame enkonkodi enkomo minko western of enkonkodi enkomo Simon Safo Ejei ono eye me hu se ne ya menka no etiti ne secretary a o mo mutunto omuto kokos nya de ade na o ye secretary a woda o mo ne yatete se woni se won be ko demonstration sa na ti ana Savo morning
Pacho, good morning, Opinion.
Na ahonde wo hode
Oh, Nyanko Pandaroma, Adiache, ya sorry.
Mami misa we yate se mo be ko demonstration as farmers no kre
Opinion Wadaroma, no cre.
No kre
No cre. Nyame Eyadum no de young kwache ya. On the 19th of Busumi ya Yewumi, February, Sahiyoso, Ejunase, Yabeye demonstration, Kasiepa, Wahonum. Na yetum Tesukoko, the Acharabain.
Adiana, Abema Mwako, sa demonstration, Yam Bazamukui.
Yo, Medase. Sani Etienne say, Nansay, cocoa price, finance minister, Edibetu J. No ana yede asisi nsani ni ehunu se yakika no masi ani a asisi kese abaga na ekuafo especially kuku ekuafo yafa ena wo oman na yetimu no to da aban take decision bia wo so hwe obia eyiedie ekuafo ne welfare ansa na wa take sa decision no menua unim se kuku a yedi hu nkomoyi ye wo time a your friend pricing window your bra ye denounce cocoa price and your bra ye di vary cocoa price no enti se hwi see na se middle of the cocoa season o de ebo problem to da na ebo a ebenya nsunsun kese ekuafo so a na kire se enya ade atempa na won hu se ye kan say no se oman epo BBS omani mo ayedin sesen kra na hu hia se yenti koko ne bo so a opanyi e wo senka quotation kakra ekoso ye bi se akuafo no ye gi wo mo so ade kakra but we de ankoba ne sa e na entiso ya iti yakika ye ho abom nyame adom eku a ye frɛ no Forum for Accountability and Development of Secretary FADOS enso so e de omotama boye de ano enti ye nyina beka bom na ya demonstration kase de atra ban se de ekoso no enya de a ye nigi ho opani me awe se obi ani mo Ghana ha se koko no ne to ene ne ton no ye wade a friend no guaranteed price ne chere se ebo no ekosoro soro se sen krampo na aban ebe faska no mu bi na wakora se de ebe ya se ebo no beba forma still na no aban betimi amakreani no ebo a eye a enkoba se yati koko so da enu nti Ghana abakwase mu yenti koko so da ensi wo baby ada say koko price per bag no yate so amakreani no ebi nsi da enti ya presui say ye pene ema omampanyi mahama eti koko so ema ni yeyi a it tells you say subsequently ekuafo ebeba da achi bi no wo mo so be vulnerable to aban ye pese sa guarantee so say na wo ho a enu nti be 3 years ago Cocoa, etimi call be 90 million aban ton 3,100. After say NDC bar aban mu 2025 January. That time na cocoa one bag amanoni edraman so no. Now one moton be 130 million. Around February 2025 by this time year, no moton e wa amanoni be 130 million titiscano. But aban antum neba ne say na yete so kakra opani nti so e buy be 2 to 3 months mo ani we. Na susuampa hwese koko no ye koton na se ska no wosoro de a aban benya mfaso de a o metumu mayen na mom se yete so na se koba se aban ye woso so akuafo ase ne kakra de a no de America aba bete so e wa brekra ye nuru ba bia pricing window no e wo no ye hunu se ye sisisem kese enti nyame adoma on the 19th se ne maka no ye be kwa akoye demonstration kese na yetum tesukoko de atira ban se ekwan o peso de ye faso no enya de aye nije ho no panyi se woto obi ade 3,600 na for some reason o pesa otisumpo a e wo se otimite so in excess of 1,000 Ghana cedis close to 1,001 Ghana cedis
But Simon, my minister was our question. Abaya mamu an explanation say we share the world market price na akofo. Are you by chance saying say world market price no say kofom kura could do pempenso or maybe a 1 ton cry a ton $100. Still an was up by Eddie Mujina baby a Mujina na. Is that the opposite of Katriana?
Minia medase. Me person me correct perception bi wa ha. We nya de edi kan wo Ghana bakosemu a koko ne bo no aba fom amono ne edwaman so. Around 2013 2014.
Yes.
Koko ne bo eba fom. I think around 2017-18 thereof koko ne bo eba fom. Sa breni nyina no the aban eye ne say esan se ye wo guaranteed price in hye wo Ghana ntino. Aban beba beka se obetu koko mo beti no na de bia 5 Ghana cedis per na aka ekuafo sika ho. Na eja yatena ha didi ho nkomo a o aban anya de wantu koko mo papa. Na embum se beba se yatebo no so akofom de ensida enye se ensida se aban pese obeye ntina wanyo. Na embum oman na yetimo no on se Plato Tro book ne title here the social contract.
Yes.
Social contract ne kire se se emre papa mu no obi de sikama ogugu wa na sa nipa no ekọ ahokyere ma e wo so otimi yi sa sika ne mu kakra de so na sene minua koko akuafo adwuma wo mu yi they are sacrificing everything. We are sacrificing everything. Yeah, koko, we are in the industry. And Nyamiada Roma, dida ekuo mienu miensa no nti you have access to privileged information. And then Kuyanibia wa budget say oton koko 10 bags ha obenya 36,000 Ghana cedis, which is titiskan 360 million no. By virtue of star reduction here abe sikano swati by titiskan 100 million 10,000 cedis. Enti ekuafo so ye budget ye normal within sika ye fees ye benya at the end of the season ni nyina. Enti se utu anamo bi eti se ya it's not a question of say bia mose ekoso wa mononi a yeso yemfa nkofo ma na uti aban komodifo bi ade omoma yete ase ne se ebo nti so ya abai it will last for just 3 months. Na after 3 months no they are hoping say amanoni eho no ombetu price nim na aban so abeka asem oda akere. But you see untimi njina ene say yebo based on something you don't know say enunti we should be laughing, we should be smiling and accept this price.
But this assertion now one kasas wakan is here no would it not be the reasoning to the extent say aban to me hwe future no fam be she body a then say ekoba ne say aban ka say ebia ye tumu dia ye ba be ka asem de akere mu na say the aban ka no okọ amanoni biom na say bo no so asate a eno ze benden
Minia, on the cocoa price in the moon. O study graph ni here. We have your dear friend the highs and the lows.
The lows, yes.
Normally, the lows no entire in your honche. Highs no so in your ho enche. Yenim say enya dan in 3 months BBC. But the BC no say yem pesa ba ekoba ne say eye positive aban beba be cancel de eye negative aban de asem mu ya be brey. Eba sa na ye defeat the guaranteed price is say na edaho free tete no. And what we say social contract na make first no. Creani ne do odikoko no ba ye ton na manoni drum na nu nti yetimi ati cocoa board. Cocoa board are employed nipa per 100,000 minus omo contract staff. Omo ye certified staff for cocoa board omo ka every 100,000. Look at the kind of salaries Sanko Fuije. Opening in all of this conversation, yenka say your cocoa board ni staff worker ba kupempu aketua so. But creani na onu ne do cocoa ne deba ansa ne yenye bia ton e di bia bo man ne ho bra e di bia tua cocoa board for ne ka no. Eno de yesi ye ti product ne ebo so. Wada rumor is this fair? Say indeed and tis what about we drama so I mean in say cocoa no e lose ne value kakra. Sa reduction no let it run through the entire value chain. Na ye who say okay yati cocoa board CEO na ketua so cocoa board or district managers atiti obi aketua so wo ya sa wie na obi hu kuani say oh ye pesa ho kira ba ye nti market ya so kakra then we may reason with you and we may what you say na mom the onoti office now onime fuom ono na ketu agina baby agina. I can tell you on authority yera afi we me cocoa board staff omanya price increment ya to o market yem na krani na ono do ansa na cocoa na aba me akoton no dia wo say benefit kakra wo benya based on ade a all ton dia more man no wo te so. Don't forget say ye wo options be bre say anka ye betimi asmoggle cocoa ye wo options ye betimi aton ye cocoa fu ama galamsey fu. Of course, uton we fuma galamsey fu anebo de papa minua ubenya ska on the prompt e dey business bi a obebia. But ye sustain ye farms no send ye be ya oman no ebenya sa pride say we are a nation of agriculture. Cocoa and ye elite crop no. Na se ye we nyina na enso abanyani na ode aketua ntu mu enye he de aba no ho enye se wate cocoa price per bag no so kakra wo we hwan bo no so. And no business person can survive this level of reduction. Na yetua ka be 3,600 ade be tia obeda so redumera say mate waketua so close to 11 million 1,100 but obetimi the sanction say na yaduma manayi
ebeden pa ebeden but Savo, because of time bo ma me miss our question na afi many won fan wie there has been this proposal by government say the new legislation called parliament say yenhwe the regulation of the cocoa purchase no so one to the extent say no matter how the fluctuation is like being low or high no ye mabo 70% of save and Chibafa say high ewa mansen dwaso we will pay you 70% of that high about lower we will pay you 70% of that low. Will this be the way forward? I bet you boy careful.
From where I stand,
yes.
Me who say the bill eco parliament sa no mani nyina no. Ways and means and be ya kwe ni bu beto ni yem. But opening mami misa wasem. On say impanyin for say you sit down e wo dem ansa na ye pia bon. Adenti na sa bill ya eco parliament na ya nyantum an ratify ansa na ba bedru. So it tells you say a born artist or no. Out of it is not born out of any policy. A born artist or no, obi feelings na ya implemented. Nembum emra and as a framework and be supportive bo nintu mu anantis or no. Afe na wo say wo mo dey call parliament. I dey no mo dey call parliament document which is the bill no. Pacho when hu bia kan.
Dabi.
Uni mensema ewom.
Dabi.
So it tells you say aban owo a party or which is the NDC, overwhelming numbers. Enti ombetimi aye bibia, omuso omo the bill eko yate ase. If nyame yadom, na bia 2027, ebo no ekosoro wa mono ni dwaman so a. With this number omo ewo parliament no, e den dey see wo mu kwan say, wo mu person ye mra foforo say, yen reverse it to the guaranteed price system no. Enti opanyini ansa na normal way nyina e besisi no. There was a caban ye marane di boy for who bind da. Said the beya as at February, March 2025. Now we moje 13,000 cedis no per bag wa mononino. Nanka mudi mu 70% abreye and kene ya hotre ba ye beti wase. But enkwan pa ba ye no, wahwe enkwan, wanom, wagisi kanat na so aban. Na emom ye dru ahotre mu kakra bia aban ne mpanyimfo say wo mo hwan akuafo sika so by a whooping 11 million. Opanyi we dear yesoma enye ye and I believe say ekrafo e wo western north anyina no eba beta ye chi ni nyina ye baako ne atuntesu kokko de akira ban we nye NDC ne MPP asem enye amanyosem at the end of the day koko no uobi uni bi and price ya ba betodwe ye nka say ye beto NDC ni de at a different price ne MPP ni de at a separate price ye nyina ye the same thing enti on this matter enye politics na boom the Forum for Accountability and Development of Seri kan hwafo nyina boom na ya tuntesu kokko de akira ban say esisie na o pesa wo disisi no ye gituma enye yie
meto ne rase on dan ton biomu a se we ankasem bi eni wo na okita okuku na ban se wo pesa wo to na wo se price nye the situation of keeping the cocoa kopim say bia bon say world market price na kosoro then that time you want to release your cocoa yantumi nya ne zama ne nye yie
there be opinion cocoa adwuma no say unimanu so kakra obehu say beans na wona wasesa de asi ho no as time goes on na beans na air transform
okay
after a month or two we won't say ebe pora na aye wait ni mo aye ha e wo bag nim.
Okay.
But mind you, Equiafor, we have options. Option number 1 is western of Enclave na ya Nico d'Ivoire Boshie we chere here. We have that option to smuggle the cocoa. And they Opesa smuggle cocoa was here. And everybody knows this. It's public knowledge. And Sasa also cocoa sao they cross the border. You only have to announce it, say, me will cocoa and I'm willing to sell it to Ivory Coast. Ombeba beto e de egu or the saying machine mu e de akọ Côte d'Ivoire honum. What in common I say? There are farmers ever western of especially Bunsun Kwanta Enclave nefu ni cocoa fu no. E fa ewo Côte d'Ivoire, e fa ewo Ghana. Ghana for be sorry kwa fu mo Côte d'Ivoire ba day in day out. Inti out of share commitment inti and ye ton ye cocoa e di ma Ghana ban. And ye ready say ye best smuggle. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
But say to a painting, na say chinchina chin the aban say the oil and one or beya. I think say yes, so you be fire one drink. And interestingly, Ivory Coast price of moto cocoa per bag and they ye ka say. It was written Ghana the no.
Una scanning the bag Ghana sike mo I was so.
It was written Ghana the no by close to 400 Ghana cedis. And unti there is an incentive for the smuggling of cocoa. Yes. Exactly. Nembum on say ye Ghanaians. Ebeya ya say cocoa imu Ivory Coast for the enim dada. Yeah, for so see a back catcher because you're the second producer trailing behind Ivory Coast. Now, you pursue this national goal. Maybe I'm on your 4 decision on what takes on more table on Suntino. Near Sandy Cocoa copy Cote d'Ivoire. So, yeah, Pessi a bear, but say a 2 painting and Penny say Abuano or the Anebre and Eka. If that becomes the only option, believe you me, we will resort to that.
Simon, I mean, I was in Anobe.
Miss Meda Seminia.
And Simon Safwe J and I would say, you know, Eddie and Comono, it was Coco hum commodie. Matisse minorities for us or me for so buying amanetia by hook or crook, number bang, and on the base edge man.